Hello, hello. Happy Monday and welcome to Meeting of the Minds Mondays. I am your host, Intellects, and our topic for this month is the outfit of greatness. So we are going to jump right in. Um, so, just a few announcements. Showcase Your Talent Show is the last Wednesday of this month, which is next Wednesday from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Zoom. The topic is art appreciation, and it is our double prize month, so whoever wins will get the grand prize of $200. If you are interested in being a contestant for the showcase, you can register. There are still spots available. We also have features for those who might want to just share their art. For those who have a product, service, or business that want to, showcase that and share that during the show, there's an option for that. Those are our sponsors. And if you have talent that you want to share but you don't want to be a part of the competition, we do have open mic spots as well. And if you just want to view the show, there's a place for you. All right, so any of those options are available. You can click the link in our bio so that you can register for any of those options. We have Meeting of the Minds Mondays, where we do one Monday a month. We host and pose a topic that we discuss, and it could be anything from art to business itself and everywhere in between. If you have any topics that you would like us to discuss that we have not already, and you can look on our series on this page on YouTube to check and see what we've already discussed. Whatever we have not discussed that you would like us to talk about while we're on here, or if you would like to host Meeting of the Minds Mondays, you can either email or DM us, contact us so that we can add you in the queue, because we're here to serve you. We have Q&A Wednesdays, one Wednesday a month, where we pose a question of the month to kind of gauge and get to know each other a little bit better, apart from us as artists, because even though that's what we do, that's not all that we do, right? So we want to kind of get to know you a little better, and we ask questions, but we also would like you to ask us anything that you would like. So that is your chance to ask us anything. You could put it in the comment or question box during the live. You can email or DM us ahead of time. And if you want to host or pose a question of the month, that is also an option as well. You can reach out to us so that we can add that on the list and add you to the list. We have Freestyle Fridays. Open mic is pretty much every Friday. We have an event. Battle Art is second Fridays, where artists battle it out against each other, and the viewers vote for the winner. Whoever wins picks the theme for the following month. So next month's theme will be hero versus villain, and there's a cash reward. So if you are interested, check out Second Fridays for your chance to win some funds. We also have Second Fridays. We also have Art of War, Art Awareness Fundraiser, where we raise awareness for the beauty, necessity, and uniqueness of art. And that is third Fridays, where we raise funds so that we can come to a place near you to go from virtual to in-person concerts. Of course, it'll always stay virtual, but we want to get from being all around the world virtually to actually going around the world and having artists in their own city, in their own state, in their own country host the show, so that you can see what art looks like from a different place. And even though it's different, it's still beautiful. All right. We also have our feature segments for Fridays, where we focus and spotlight an entrepreneur that's doing their thing in the community. This week will be Miss Diamond. To check her out, she does some amazing things, and she's an awesome artist. So if you are available this Friday, we will be featuring her this month. If you are interested in being a feature, you can connect with us so that we can add you to that list. All right. We have Intellect's a Place for Entrepreneurs podcast going into, we are into season 3. We are audio as well as visual. So if you are interested in being a part of the podcast as a feature, you can check out our previous podcast episodes and seasons. And if it's something that you're interested in, definitely connect with us so that we can connect with you and add you onto the list as well. We have promo options, merch, books, our art and business seminars that we've had so far. There will be another one coming soon. We got so much, right? So if you are interested in staying up to date on all things Intellects, definitely subscribe to our email list, and that option is in our link in the bio. Or you can go to intellects.com. That's INTELEXX.com to stay up to date. And we also have a YouTube channel that you can subscribe to. Okay, so all right, without further ado, we are a little behind time today. You know, sometimes you can plan the day out perfectly and it still does not go the way that you want it to go. Right? I'm sure everybody here understands what that's like. So, okay. All right, so we are going to jump right in. The topic is the outfit of greatness. And, you know, that can mean a lot to a bunch of us, right? And everybody's definition is different for what it means to be great, for what it is to wear greatness, right? Greatness is something that you wear, it's something that you do, it's something that you become. It's not something that you're born. You know, you have to grow into something to be great. You have to actually cultivate and nurture and build and tend to whatever you're doing in order to be great doing that. So we are going to jump right in with this one video, and then we're going to just discuss. Okay.
This is why I don't think that we should be together. And I've thought about it a lot, and this is what's going to happen. Okay, I'm going to keep pursuing what I'm pursuing. And because I'm doing that, it's going to take up more and more of my time, and I'm not going to be able to spend as much time with you. And even when I do spend time with you, I'm going to be thinking about drumming. I'm going to be thinking about jazz music and my charts and all that. And because of that, you're going to start to resent me. And you're going to tell me to ease up on the drumming, spend more time with you because you're not feeling important. And I'm not going to be able to do that. And really, I'm just going to start to resent you for even asking me to stop drumming. And we're just going to start to hate each other. And it's going to get it's going to be ugly. And so for those reasons, I'd rather just, break it off clean. Because I want to be great.
Greatness, it's just something we made up. Somehow we've come to believe that greatness is a gift, reserved for a chosen few, for prodigies, for superstars, and the rest of us can only stand by watching. You can forget that. Greatness is not some rare DNA strand. It's not some precious thing. Greatness is no more unique to us than breathing. We're all capable of it. All of us.
To take that first step towards greatness, it's very hard. That's the hardest step of everything, that first step, right? Yeah. That first step towards greatness is hard. Yeah. But what's a lot harder is when time expires in life. You look back on your life, knowing you could have been great. That's something you can't control anymore because time's run out. But if you don't believe you can do it, don't even start the journey. It's too hard. It's a winnable, easy war. But if you don't believe it, then don't do it.
If you're trying to do something meaningful, if you don't have the mindset that you're the best ever, you failed already. And that's been my mindset since I can remember. That will be my mindset as long as I can remember anything. That I am the best ever at what I do. And every day that I step on the basketball floor, I will strive to be that. But my mindset will always be as such as I am the best to do what I do. And that'll give me a shot at being the best. But before you can ever reach anything, you have to believe it. You don't just mistakenly become great at something. You probably at one time or another, believe that you can be great at that. And then you work to get great at that. and you reach that greatness. But you don't mistakenly become great.
Don't realize what you got to give up to become great. What sacrifices you got to make to become great. What promises you got to make to yourself to become great. Reason thought was that the greatest lifestyle is what you live in. It's what you breathe.
All right, that was kind of just a short motivational video. Okay, so it was pretty straightforward, pretty much to the point. You know, the title of this video is "Greatness Has a Cost," right? And everything costs something. Nothing in this life is free, and if anybody told you that, negative, right? So, one second. Okay, so yes, everything that we do has a price that needs to be paid, right? And yeah, so everything that we do is a price that needs to be paid with that, right? And so when it comes to how you do or why you do what you do, just remember that when it comes to wanting to be great, one of the ones on here said, if you're not doing it to be great, it's like, for what? You know, have the mindset that I'm going to be the best there is going to be no competition with me, right? And when you set yourself up for that type of mindset and that type of expectancy where I'm going to be the best regardless, sky is not the limit. There is no limit, right? So think about that. If you wear that attitude all the time, that mentality all the time, that is what you're going to get. All right, so we are going to move into our next video. And this young man, his name is Malcolm. I think it's, Malcolm, or I believe it's Malcolm Shaw. I might be pronouncing it wrong, but if I am, I will correct it later, okay? But yes, and he talks about channeling your greatness. So it's one thing to have the mindset and to have the attitude to be great. It's another thing to actually channel it into something so that you can, so that you can be that. Okay, so we are going to jump into this video.
What does it mean to channel your inner greatness? In order to manifest your destiny, you will have to channel your inner greatness. And in order to channel your inner greatness, you're going to have to realize some things. You're going to have to realize, Andrews, South Carolina, that you may need to leave home before you can help home. You're going to have to realize that some of you are woke and not awake. And lastly, you're going to have to realize that the promise before you is always greater than the pain behind you. I remember it like yesterday. I was on the campus of Howard University, and I was just thinking to myself, of all the times I've been places, I've shared my story, and shared my story. But one time always sticks out to me. It was when I was speaking to Dr. Kerry Singleton's charter school in Winsburg County. I was speaking to the football team, and I was going in. I was giving them the business. I mean, I was really giving it to them, guys. And I messed up because they were 5-year-olds. And I realized maybe you don't want to scream or project your voice at 5-year-olds. But it was amazing because when it was time for us to take pictures, the coach, he yelled out something and it got their attention. The coach said, "Break down." And all of the students stopped what they were doing and they said, "Ah." And I was like, "Yo, coach, you gotta teach me that." I was like, "Yo, what does that mean? Like, can you tell me?" And coach was like, "Hold on, break down." And the students did it again. They said, "Ah." And the coach did it one last time. And I was like, oof. So I'm going to teach you guys what that coach taught me that day. When I say break down, you say, "Ah." All right, let's try it out. Break down. Ooh. All right, one more time. Break down. Oh, come on, guys. Hold on now. It's just the "ah," not a "ah." All right. But the last time the coach said it, he said it in a different way. He said it the same, but it was just a little different. It was with more intensity. The coach said, "Break down." And all of the 5-year-olds was like, "Ah." I was like, ooh. So we're going to try it again, but this time we're going to run it from the top. All right? You guys ready? Break down. Break down. This time I want you to break down. Ooh-wee! I love it, man. That thing gets me fired up every single time. I was like, "Yo, coach, you got to teach me, what does that mean? Like, tell me about it. What is it?" He said, "Melquam, I needed something to tell my kids when they're on the field and if we're getting beat, I needed a moment where I could say to them, I believe in you so much that I would never give up on you. So when I'm saying breakdown, it's letting them know that no matter what, as a coach, I'll never give up on my students." And he said when they're saying, that's letting me know that they can never give up on myself. I said, "Coach, you got them saying they'll never give up on themselves." He said, "That's right, Melquam." I took a step back. I ran up to Coach. I said, "Coach, I'll never give up." Coach said, "Son, you're not on my team." I realized that the reason why many people in Andrews, South Carolina has given up is because they're on the wrong team. When greatness is calling you and you pick up, you better be ready. Because if you hang up on greatness, it may never call you again. It was on August 21st, 2011, the day that changed my life forever. I was on the campus of Coastal Carolina University, a PWI, fresh to death in my polo attire, long black dreadlocks. I can just remember it. I would go to house parties after house parties. I would go to parties after parties. And no matter where I went, I was always the life of the party. If you wanted to drink, you found me. You wanted to smoke, you found me. If you wanted to dance and have a good old time, you found me. I was known as black. And man, for some reason, the ladies love me. They say blacker the berry, sweeter the juice. I was dripping, baby. What happened? On August 21st, 2011, I got a text message from a young lady while I was at a house party. She said, "Hey, Mel, where you at?" And I was so smooth, I said to her, "I'm at wherever you at." She said, "Well, I'm at Broadway at the beach." Told my boys, "Yo, I'm about to leave this party. I'm about to go check her out, see what she's talking about." I got there, I texted her. I said, "Me too." Yo, when I got there, I called my boys and told my boys they have to come pick me up. My eyes were swollen. And I know many of you are probably thinking, "Wow, Melquam," or "Wow, Black, she was that gorgeous." That your eyes were swollen? The reason why my eyes were swollen that day was because I had got attacked at Broadway at the beach. 4 guys attacked me. And I can remember my best friend telling me the story of when he called my mom and he said to her, "Miss Shaw, you need to get to Grand Strand Hospital. Melquam is on life support." When I was on life support, I could hear everything. I could feel everything. I could see everything, even though my eyes were closed. I remember the doctor saying, "Mr. Shaw, you are here at Grand Strand Hospital in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. You were attacked at Broadway at the beach. 4 guys attacked you, and we have you in what we call a medically induced coma." Now, I don't know if any of you guys have ever been in this position, but when you're placed in an induced coma, what they're trying to do is stop the brain from swelling. Something so traumatic has happened to you that your brain is now swelling. I was trapped inside of my own body. I could hear my mom saying, "Baby, baby, baby, it's going to be okay." I could hear my boys saying, "Black, black, black, wake up, wake up, wake up." Some of you guys are woke, but not awake. Andrews, you're still living in 1990s, and it's the year 2020. When are you going to wake up? No one is coming to save you. You have to save yourself. And in order to do so, you are going to have to leave the 90s when you were thriving and come to the 2020s. You are going to have to realize that when you were thriving, it was okay. But in the 2020s, your kids are suffering. Your kids are suffering. Your kids are suffering because you are still home in the 1990s. When are you going to leave home so that you can help home? You are the reason why your family has generational curses. So when I tell you, you better channel your inner greatness and manifest your destiny, I'm speaking from experience. I don't need no statistics to tell me. I know. When I walk, the ground shakes. When I was trapped inside of my own body, I could just feel everything. I could hear everything. And I had to fight so hard to get out of that thing. Even though my eyes were closed, there were things that I could see. There were things that I could hear that I even couldn't hear. And when I got the chance, I was fighting so hard for myself. And when that chance came, when it was there, presenting itself to me, I took it. I stepped into the light. And when you step into your light, it's game over. I got kicked out of Coastal Carolina after I was on life support because I carried what they call a strap. I was protecting myself so my mom and my grandma would never have to see their baby boy as a vegetable again. I got kicked out. Unlawful carrying of a pistol, simple possession of marijuana. I got kicked out of Coastal Carolina. Ended up at Howard University, the HBCUs of the HBCUs. I crossed Omega Psi Fraternity Incorporated, Alpha Chapter. They say where I come from, people don't do what I did. And now I'm back to tell you where you come from makes you strong. The doctor said, Melquam Shaw, they hit you in the head with a crowbar. And the only thing that saved your life that night, was the fact that you had dreadlocks. The first time in 2 years I ever put my dreadlocks in a ponytail. He said the thickness of your hair saved your life. Even though the dreadlocks saved my life, I made a decision to change my life. Omega Psi Fraternity Incorporated Alpha Chapter, I did that. 14 brothers following me, so I can never make a wrong move. If I make a move, my brothers are done for. So I have to always walk in my purpose. I have to always walk into my destiny. I have to always speak into existence. Andrews, when are you going to realize that it's over? When are you going to realize that you have to save home? When are you going to realize that the surrounding counties need you to tap into you, to open your eyes and see what's on the inside and not the outside? When are you going to realize that the pain that's behind you is so less than the promise before you? A wise man once said to me, Melquam Shaw, Dr. Shaw, after I was kicked out of Howard, before even getting into a doctoral program, he said, Dr. Shaw, the promise is always greater than the pain behind you. Andrews, Williamsburg, Georgetown, the you that is sitting here but not that you, the you that is on the inside of you. When are you going to realize that there's something inside of you that you need to pull out in order to save your kids, your grandkids, your great-grandkids? When are you going to realize that it is now no more 1990s, 1909s? There is no more Oneida. There is no more Seaboard Railroad. There is no more. When are you going to have your last name on something? When is it going to be Andrews Railroad? When is it going to be your thing? So this time, when I leave you, I want you to always remember what that coach told those students that day. But when you say it this time, when you say, I want you to think about what it means to be awakened. When you say that second, I want you to think about what it means to leave home in order to help home. And when you say that, I want you to think about what it means that the promise before you is greater than the pain behind you. Running from the top. Here we go. You guys ready? Yeah. Break down. Break down. Break down. My name is Melquam Shaw, and I'm live from the 843.
All right. Again, that was Melquam Shaw, and he talked about channeling your inner greatness. Whatever's inside of you is what is going to come out of you, right? So learning that you have to put the work in, right? It's not going to fall on your lap. It's not just going to be, I'm deciding to do this, and you're just automatically going to be good at it. It takes work. It takes practice. It takes consistency. And you got to believe it first, because however you portray yourself or however you feel about a situation, you're going to walk in that belief. So if you believe you're great, you're going to walk in that greatness. If you believe you're okay, you're going to walk in okayness, you know? So think about that. So just a quick recap of what he said was, in order to channel your inner greatness, you'll have to manifest your destiny. And in order to manifest your destiny, you have to channel your greatness, your inner greatness. He says some are woke but are not awake. So some they say people, the most talent or the most unfulfilled purposes are found buried in cemeteries, because a lot of people have so many gifts and talents that they unfortunately did not use, and did not they chose not to wake it up. They chose not to use it and share it and give it. You know, if you have gifts and talents, a gift is not a gift until it's given. So if you have a gift and you're not sharing it, then you're doing a disservice to yourself as well as those who are called to be on your path that need what you have, and you're holding it on to, you know, for whatever reason. Don't hoard your gift, share it, because that's what it's for, right? And like I said, so many people in the cemetery, they got some amazing gifts that no one will know because they are no longer here. Don't wait until it's too late to share your gift. Share what you got now and be great, right? Have that mindset that you're going to be the best at it, you're going to be the greatest at it, and your work will prove your words. He talked about when greatness calls you, that you better be ready to answer that call, and how no one is coming to get you, which means you have to do the work. You have to do it by yourself. You have to save yourself, because nobody else is going to save you. And when you step into the light, it's game over. That means when you wake up, when you realize this is what I need to do, this is what I'm called to do, and walk in that, there's nothing that can stop you, because what's for you is not going to miss you. He also talked about always walking into your purpose and into your destiny and speaking things into existence. If you want something to happen, it has to form up in here, right? You got to create that thought first. And that thought becomes words. Those words become actions, and those actions become habits, and those habits become lifestyle. So if you want to actually create the life that you want of greatness, it starts here. So start training your mind to think like someone who is great, and act like someone who is great, talk like someone who is great, live like someone who is great. And he said the promise is always greater than the pain behind you. Pain actually pushes you into purpose. So, you know, a lot of us, when we go through painful situations, painful experiences, you know, grief, loss, and it could be a grief or loss of like a job, different relationships, family, friends, yourself. You know, you can grieve parts of yourself as well. It is painful. Healing is painful. You know, all the things that make us who we are, to make us better than where we are now, is painful. The process is not going to be easy, and whoever said it was is not giving you the full scoop, right? There has to be balance in life. There's light and there's dark. There's, you know, pain and there's joy, but a part of the process of becoming great and becoming more into yourself, learning who you are, and focusing on your path and your purpose, there's going to be some pain. There's going to be some obstacles, because it stretches you. If any of us work out, there's pain, right? If you lift weights, your muscles, once they get bigger, if you're lifting weights, it's not going to be easy. You know, you might start off 5-10 pounds. Over time, those repetitions, your arms are feeling it. Whether it's during the workout or after the workout, you feeling the pain. But no pain, no gain is what they say, right? So keep that in mind. Pain is a gift. It might not feel that way in the midst of it, but afterwards it'll make more sense. All right, so we are going to, and feel free, you know, if you have any questions or comments, if you want to discuss ways that you wear your outfit of greatness, you can add it in the chat and I'll share it. If you have any questions about what we've talked about so far, let me know. And okay, we're going to move on to our next video. And once this video is posted, the links to these videos will be in the comment section so that you can go back. Because of time, we will not get through everything, so all of the clips that talk about what we're talking about will be on there. There'll be an extra clip for you all. All right, so we are going to, speaking of pain, right, we are going into the cost of greatness and how, what it actually takes to get to your goal. So we're going to get into that.
The first step before you start taking the first step on your journey to your dreams involves understanding the cost you need to pay, the sacrifice you need to put in. And in this case, I'm talking to you about the cost of greatness. Why am I talking to you about the cost of greatness? Of all the things that I can talk about today. Because every single time when you scroll through Facebook, open Instagram, turn on TV, turn on the radio, all you listen to, all you hear, all you see are headlines like Justin Bieber sold out Madison Square Garden within 30 seconds. You see celebrities walking red carpets. You see CEOs living in mansions, living in private jets, flying in private jets. What you see is the result, the success, the wealth, the outcome. That is what you see. What's the problem with this? There's a big problem with this. All of these things brainwash you into thinking that success, the road to your dreams, is supposed to be smooth sailing. It's supposed to be easy. You don't need to put in a lot of work to reach your goals, to reach your dreams. You want to become a CEO of your own company? You want to become a straight A student? You want to become a celebrity chef? It's not going to take you that much hard work. This is what the media is brainwashing you on. I can relate to this because for about 5 years, I've been a motivational speaker for about 5 years. And what most people see is only the 1% of my life. All they see is me being on radio, being on newspapers, being on magazines, being on TV, speaking in conferences all around Singapore. That's what they see. Then people say I'm talented. I'm not. Because you know what? What most people don't know is that this is just 1% of my life. Then what goes on in the 99% behind the scenes? What goes on behind the scenes are the things you don't see. The early mornings, the late nights, the days where I work so hard and I feel like giving up every single day. The days when I do a pitch, when I ask for a sale, when I meet a customer, all I hear is no, 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 before I get one yes. That is what you don't see, my friends. Why am I telling you this? I want you to understand that I'm not any more talented than you. I'm not any more smarter than you. I just put in the work. So if I can put in the work, you can put in the work. You can put the hustle to reach your dreams. Knowing the cost you need to pay, knowing the sacrifice you need to put in every single day will lead you to commit to it 100%. You would.
All right, I'm going to stop that there because I want to share a snippet of one video and then close out with another video. All right, so this Miss Karen Fu is her name, and I will add this video so that you all can watch the full video on your own time. It is about 10 minutes, so it's a few minutes left in it, but she talked about the cost of greatness and how people on TV, and I know her accent was pretty strong, so yeah, I want to talk about how, how she said the people that's on TV, that share their successes, that's the end result of the work that they put in, and how you really only see the 1% is what people portray, but in reality, the 99% is, like she said, the days spent staying up late, getting up early, making sacrifices, being told no a bunch of times, coming against different obstacles, and still being able to continue and to be consistent on that path. That is the journey. The journey is the life. Like, I posted a video recently with Kobe Bryant, and for those that don't know who he is, may he rest in peace. He was great at what he did. You know, he embodied the Mamba mentality, and he, you know, he not just talked the talk, but he walked the walk. You know, he did above and beyond what was asked of him. He was the example. And in the video, he talked about how all the nights that you stay up late, all the nights that you get up early, all the nights that, or the days that you do something that you don't feel like doing, but you do it anyway, that is the dream. The journey is the dream. So a lot of people are looking for, you know, this aha moment, like, oh, I'm living the dream. But it's the journey, it's the process, it's the hard part that's actually worth it. So the cost of being great is the sacrifice that you make in order to get to where you are. So my question to you is, do you want to be great? Because I believe that all of us are meant to live a life of greatness and excellence, but a lot of us just settle for mediocrity or below average lifestyles when we can have it all. The problem is a lot of us do not want to sacrifice to have that lifestyle. So what are you willing to sacrifice to get the life that you want, to be great? You know, if you look at all the great people in the world that you consider great, look at their schedules, look at their timelines. What do they spend their time doing? How do they study? How do they perfect their craft? How do they become excellent? Why are they great? You know, a lot of people want the end result, but they don't want the process. They don't want the journey. What does your journey look like? And how does that help you? Right? So that is something that I want you to think about. So the next video I am going to share, which I'm only going to play a little bit. And again, I'm going to add these videos in to the comment section once this uploads. Dan Pena, he is one of the greats, right? He has his own business empire. He creates millionaires. He's, I believe, a billionaire now. Very wealthy, and he mentors a bunch of people to help them to be great. So you know how they say you should always produce. Everyone should have children. He is creating children in his program, in his mentoring program. So if you don't know who he is, you're about to find out. You know, he is very unorthodox with his way, and he tells it like it is. He's very bold, very blunt, and his mouth is like a sailor, you know, just FYI. But he is going to be talking about the psychology of greatness. So let's get into that.
So, please give your biggest, warmest HTC welcome to my mentor, Mr. Dan Pena.
Thank you. You can't imagine how proud I am of Dan. We were just talking before I came out on stage. It was before his 22nd birthday that we met, and he came down to have breakfast with me. What he didn't add, or he alluded to, he's dead broke. He didn't have enough money to buy a plane ticket, but he got there somehow. And we spent a few hours together that fateful summer day of 2003. And now look at him. He does have a following of millions, and indirectly that means I had something to do with it. So I'm very pleased to be here. And we're going to go through some history. I am a salesman that started out door to door. And I took those sales skills
and I improved them years after year after year, decade after decade, until I was selling countries. So I didn't realize I was a high-ticket closer, 40 years ago. But today is a special day. Today is a special day because September the 6th, 1969 was the day I was discharged from the military 50 years ago. 50 years ago. So, but when you've lived as long as I have, and I just turned 74, in fact, last night at dinner, Dan and I were discussing, I'm twice as old as he is. It's hard to fucking believe, but he's a little younger than our oldest son, and he's a little older than our youngest son. But he has continued to make me proud. But today, in the time that I have with you, success leaves clues. Some of the clues you don't want to accept, i.e., Steve Jobs was a miserable asshole. Warren Buffett is alive, but a cantankerous old man. Henry Ford I was a miserable asshole. And I can go on and on and on and on. If they weren't neurotic, they were psychotic. And sometimes they were both. But they were all mostly miserable human beings. Now, all my life, I have never given a birthday card, sent flowers, bought candies, the kinds of things that you've done all your life. And where has it gotten me? Millions love me, and I have more money than this room put together times 1,000. Success leaves clues. So when I point to various traits that the super high performance people that I've had the pleasure of working with, knowing, myself included, just think about, do you fit that bill? Do you have that trait? One of the things that Dan asked me, which is part of my talk, as you know, I give talks to universities for free. About 6 or 7 years ago, I decided to give 2/3 of my time pro bono, meaning for free, okay? And thank you. And I do that because if I can reach the kids when they're youngest, and that doesn't mean you have to go to university. I didn't need it. Flunked out of university 3 times. Been arrested in jail 5 times. Done a lot of things I'm not proud of. But the bottom line is, I understood success leaves clues more than most. And so I patterned, I modeled, I copied, I mimicked the super high performance people that I had the privilege of being around. In the beginning, it was the military. And when I got out, I was naturally gravitated. Now, this is Dan 16 years ago. It's not much of an exaggeration. He did have 2 shoes, though, when he met me. This is him. And now look at him. It's quite remarkable. And I've had the pleasure of mentoring, coaching, teaching a lot of high-performance people. Dan is one of the most high-performance individuals I've had the privilege of working with. He continued, there he is in his mid-20s, with his, you can't really see the pimples on his face there, but he had them. And then that's when he got a little older. There is more recently on the right, my right, your left. But one of the things that he listened to me more than most is how to stay focused. Follow one course until successful. Most of the room would be infinitely more successful if they became more laser beam focused. Because being a 6-figure hitter isn't a big fucking hitter. In the real world, it's not even a hitter. It's no money. And I'm here to tell you ways that you can be a 7-figure hitter, 8-figure hitter, and like myself, a 9-figure hitter.
All right. I'm going to pause that there. Like I said, for the sake of time, but I will share the video so that you can watch the full video. Okay. And again, that was Dan Pena. He's the $1 trillion man. Okay. You know, he bumped up from the billions to the trillions. So he is very wealthy. And, you know, he not only mentors for a price, but he also does it for free. And I definitely appreciate that. A lot of people who, once they get to a certain level, they give back by sharing the knowledge. There's a bunch of information out here to where you don't necessarily have to go to college if you didn't go. You can go on YouTube, Instagram. There's a bunch of different people on here who have done a great job at sharing their wealth once they understood it for themselves. And I appreciate that, so if you don't know something and you want to learn how to be great at something, follow the great ones, right? So just a quick recap of what he talked about was how success leaves clues. You can tell someone's fruits by the tree that they plant. You can tell how they live, their schedules, their lifestyles, what they spend their time doing, how they speak, how they think, how they act. All of these things are what makes up a person who is successful. And he also said, high performance, it looks a certain way. And something that he did was he patterned himself, modeled himself, and copied people who were high performers. And if that is something that you are interested in becoming and something that you, for lack of better terms, idolize, surround yourself with that type of group, with that type of crowd, because you are who you hang around. Whether you're like that or not, people are going to associate you by who you're with. So if you want to be successful, surround yourself with successful people. If you want to be some type of speaker, surround yourself with speakers. If you want to be a better artist in whatever your field is, surround yourself with those type of people so that you can learn from them and they can learn from you, and y'all can bounce off of each other. But if you're trying to level up to have 6-figure income, 7-figure income, and you're around people who make 4 figures, you're not going to get very far, because either they're going to influence you or you're going to influence them. And if you're not strong enough, more than likely, they're going to be the ones influencing you. So be mindful of the company that you keep, because they will determine your level of success. All right. And then we are just going to close it out with a short video that talks about greatness. All right.
Sometimes it seems like the odds are against you, that life is rigged for failure, or that success is impossible. But no matter how hard things seem, you can succeed, because everyone can achieve greatness. I read the book, The Boys in the Boat, by Daniel James Brown. His argument is that anyone can achieve greatness, and he highlighted the 3 main factors essential to getting there. Those factors are hard work, perseverance, and having a positive mindset. This is all true regardless of what your past is like, because your past does not determine your future as long as you don't let it. Hard work is pushing yourself past what you thought was possible in order to move towards your goals. Perseverance is keeping going when the going gets tough, and without perseverance, your hard work might go to waste, because if you quit halfway through something, then you won't accomplish anything. Having a positive mindset is also essential, not only because it can help you persevere, but because it can allow you to push past mental barriers and remove any ceilings that you believe you could never rise above. These 3 things are very important for achieving greatness. This brings me to the last part of Brown's argument, which is that your past does not determine your future. What this means is that you can overcome anything from your past if you try hard enough. If you commit to it and work hard, you can accomplish greatness, no matter how far from perfect your past may be. The book provides a great example of this. In the book, there is a kid named Joe Rance. Joe is born during the Great Depression, and his childhood is not very easy. He was kicked out of his house and lived alone for much of his childhood. Joe moved around from place to place, constantly struggling to survive. He was forced to grow up way too fast, and you might think that the rest of his life would be a continuity of his rough past. But Joe overcame the challenges of his childhood, and he joined the University of Washington's rowing team. He and his fellow crew poured countless hours of hard work into training and practicing. Being undefeated in every single race, they earned the respect of the rowing community. With persistence, perseverance, and positive mindsets, the boys in the boat were able to become the Olympic rowing team, and they represented the United States at the 1936 Berlin Olympics. Against all odds, Team USA took the gold medal in rowing. They achieved greatness. If we all work hard in life, persevere through tough times, and keep a positive mindset no matter what, then we can all achieve greatness.
All right, and that was just a short, quick video that talked about how we can all be great. Like I was saying earlier, we all have the capabilities of being great, but not all of us want to be great because it takes work, and a lot of us do not want to put that work in. But anything that's not easy is worth it. And anything that's easy is not going to last very long because you don't appreciate something that you didn't work for, right? Just a quick recap. He said hard work, perseverance, and having a positive mindset are all key points to walking in greatness, and that your past does not determine your future unless you let it. So a quick recap of everything. First, you have to believe it up here, and then, talk it, walk it, live it, be in a lifestyle of greatness. Expect that. You don't just mistakenly become great. You work at it continuously, and you become that. But you have to make up your mind first. And there's nothing more powerful than a made-up mind. Malcolm Shaw talked about manifesting your destiny in order to channel your inner greatness, and how some people are woke but not awake, and to awaken that great part of you so that you can walk in that and be that example that others can follow. When greatness calls, be ready, which means you need to prepare, and preparation takes time. So take the time out to learn what you're great at, or to learn what's great in you and pull it out of you, because you have to put that work in. No one is coming to save you. You have to save yourself, which means you got to do it. You have to put the work in. And it's not going to be easy, but it'll definitely be worth it, which means you have to be willing to sacrifice in order to get the things that you want. When you step into the light, it's over. Once you learn who you are and you're illuminated and you got that revelation of who you are and where you need to be, that is when everything clicks, and that is when, you're more powerful because you're walking in your power. It's different when other people know how powerful you are, but it's on a whole nother level when you know how powerful you are. Always walk into your purpose and your destiny and speak it into existence. Whatever you want, speak it, but then don't just stay there. Do the work to see it happen. The promise is always greater than the pain behind you. And Karen Fu talked about, the cost of greatness. Any and everything in this life is going to cost a price. What price are you willing to pay for what it is that you want is the question that you need to ask yourself. The things that you don't see that people share that make them great is the process. That's the dream, is the journey. So all of the late nights and the early mornings and the hard times and the losses and the gains, all of that makes up the journey. But some people only show you the results. They don't show you when they were in the mud trying to get out of it, right? So be mindful of that. It might look good now, but if you were in it with them, you probably would have left if it wasn't something that you actually believed in. That's why you got to believe it first. Dan Pena, the $1 trillion man, talked about the psychology of success and how success leaves clues. And if you want to be a high performance person, that looks like something. So he modeled himself, he patterned himself, and he copied high performance people, and once he started doing that, and once he remembered that success leaves clues, he started to see success in his own life and started building success in other people's lives, paying it forward, and most importantly, staying focused, doing one thing at a time, accomplishing one thing at a time is something that is hard to do, but is necessary, because once you finish one thing, and I've heard, listening to different audio, there was a woman who was speaking about how she was doing so many different things, and someone she knew challenged her to do one thing at a time, and it helped her tremendously to where she was more productive doing less than she was doing more, where she said, to make a list of 5 things and do those 5 things, and don't move on to the next one until you finish one, and how she had so much more success doing that, right? So just keep that in mind. Sometimes less is more. Quality is better than quantity. And also, any of us can achieve greatness. It's all about how bad we want it and how much we're willing to sacrifice to get it. And hard work, perseverance, and having a positive mindset are the keys to becoming great. So what is the outfit that you have on? Where is your outfit of greatness? How do you wear it? And if you're not there yet, what are you doing in order to get that outfit on and to keep it on? Start here, work your way here, live it, become it, make it your lifestyle. All right, so that is all that I have for you today. Thank you to everybody who tuned in, those who will watch this later. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Just a few announcements. Showcase Your Talent Show will be next Wednesday from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Zoom. It is a double prize month. The theme is art appreciation. So if you are interested in winning $200, definitely register. There is still time. We also have feature options if you just want to share your art. We have sponsor options if you have a product, service, or business that you would like to discuss during the show. If you just want to share your art and don't want to be a part of the showcase, we do have an open mic section. And if you just want to watch the show, there is a viewing option as well. You can click our link in the bio for any of those options. We got something for everybody. Meeting of the Minds. Mondays is one Monday a month where we pose a topic, and it could be anything from art to business itself or anywhere in between. If you are interested in posing the topic of the month, and there's a topic that we have not discussed, go on our page, on our series, to see what we've already talked about, or on our YouTube channel. And if there's anything that we have not discussed that you would like to hear from us, you can reach out to us, as well as if you would like to host the Meeting of the Minds Monday. You can email or DM us, connect with us so that we can add it in the queue, because we're here to serve you. We also have Q&A Wednesdays where we host one question of the month to kind of get to know you a little bit better, apart from being an artist. If there's any questions that you would like to ask during the live, that is the time. You can send it in beforehand, either DM or email us, or you can ask it during the live in the comment or question box, or you can request to join as well. If you want to host, or if you have a question that you want to pose for the month, definitely connect with us so that we can add it into the queue. Freestyle Fridays, we have open mic pretty much every time there's an event. We have battle art second Fridays, where artists battle it out and the viewers vote for the winner. The winner picks the following month's theme. So next month's theme will be hero versus villain, and you get a chance to go away with some funds, and it's a great way to network and really enjoy and be in the art element. All right, so if you're interested, definitely tune in second Fridays. Third Fridays is Art of War, Art Awareness Fundraiser, where we raise awareness for the beauty, necessity, and uniqueness of art, as well as raise funds to come to a place near you, to go from virtual to in-person, mini concerts. Of course, we love coming together all over the globe, socially and virtually, but we definitely want to take the time to go to different states and cities and countries and have those who are residents of those places kind of host the concerts, so that we can get a feel of what it looks like and what it sounds like in their place, okay? And it might sound different, might look different, but art is beautiful no matter how it looks, okay? We have 4 Fridays is our featured segments, and where we showcase and spotlight an entrepreneur doing their thing in the community. This month will be Miss Diamond, so stay tuned for that. Will be this Friday. We are excited to have her on. She has so much going on, and you'll get to know her a little better this week. So we are looking forward to that. We have Intellect's a Place for Entrepreneurs podcast in season 3. If you are interested in being a feature, definitely check out our previous seasons on Anchor, Spotify, so many different other platforms. We are also on YouTube. We are visual as well as audio. So if you are interested in becoming a feature, definitely connect with us so that we can add you on the list. We have promo options. We have voiceover options. We have books. We have merch. We have the art and business seminar that we've had so far. Oh my goodness, we're doing so much, and we have so much in store. We have a bunch of things that we are doing, and we got some goodies for you coming up. But if you want to stay up to date on all things Intellect, definitely subscribe to our email list, where you are first to know, in the know before anybody else. And we take care of our subscribers. And also, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. There are also member fees and so much more. All of the information, you can click our link in the bio, or you can go to intellex.com. That's INTELEXX.com for more. I am Intellex, founder and CEO of Intellex Artrepreneur Agency, the Indeed for Artists. We connect you with so much from resources and experts, networks and platforms to promote you so that you can be the best you that you can be in your artistry, and we do that to the best of our ability. Remember that you are uniquely designed and one of a kind, so don't let anybody stop your shine. Nobody can be you but you, so make sure you are uniquely, beautifully, and artistically you, that you do you, live you, love you, and crush it, boo. All right, so thank you again to everybody who has been rocking out with us, to the newbies, to the OGs, to the team that's with me. I definitely appreciate and love each and every one of you, and we are here because of you, so we do not take that lightly. All right, so until next time, I hope you have a positive, peaceful, and productive Monday and an awesome rest of your week.